Hey guys, Kimberly Kennedy Bohannon here this morning. I'm going to, or this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're listening to this video, I'm gonna do a couple of, I don't know if it's myth busters, but I just want to bust a couple of things up. People talking about alkaline water, what's the big hype about alkaline water, and showing, different drops in cups, and not really giving some facts behind a lot of this information that they're sharing. They're just kind of putting drops in and saying, oh, this is good water, this is bad water, good water. That's not the only way that we test whether or not water is good for you. Alkaline is different than alkalized water. I'll explain that moving forward. Also, nobody I see doing, ORP meter, which is a way to measure whether or not a liquid's potential is, how oxidizing it is versus how antioxidizing it is. I'm going to show you that because oxidizing is a positive reading. That's an aging, rusting process. It's showing that a liquid is actually on that oxidizing side, as opposed to on the antioxidizing side, which is the reverse of that. It's, antioxidants. It's anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and it's better for you. I don't see people really doing that kind of a test on different types of waters that are out there, including some of the waters that are really popular, whether they're bottled water or other filtration systems. I only have one system that I use. It's in my home, and we're going to do a test with that in the ORP meter. It's a product I've used for a couple of years, bought the product, and it's just totally changed everything in my life, in my health, and in my emotional well-being, so on and so forth. But it's because it's an antioxidant. It's super antioxidizing. It's also electrolyzed. It's done through electricity, which is different, which restructures the water. We're going to get way more into that, and I've got something for you to participate in at the very end of this video. The other thing I'm going to do is microclustering. I see nobody doing microclustering when they're doing their comparisons with water. So you can't just test the pH of a water and say that, oh, this is the determining factor. It's not. So bear with me. I'm going to put together a couple things here, splice up this video, put it together, and you can judge for yourself. Let's see what you think at the end of this video. So hang tight. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, make sure you can get a good visual here. Come down a little bit. Okay. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the ORP meter, which is this little gadget here. This actually, it's a pinpoint ORP. It's a way that you can measure a liquid's potential, whether it is an oxidizing or how oxidizing a liquid potential is. So if we get a positive reading, that means that this is it's oxidizing, it's aging, it's rusting. If we get a negative reading, that means it's anti-aging, antioxidant. So it's good for the body. It's going to be negative. Okay. So let's take a look at these things and see what readings we get. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off with the machine makes, the Kangen water machine makes 5 different kinds of water. So it's not just drinking water. One machine, you can go completely green in your home. So we're going to put some acidic water in there, which has a 2.5 pH. And we're going to put a strong Kangen alkaline water, which is 11.5. Our technicians told me that, if I clean off the wand prior to doing these, I'll get a better, truer reading for both. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put I'm just going to use, I love this. This is, it says artesian water, simple truth here, but when I read the ingredients on the back of it, it just says water. It doesn't say, if it's really and truly, is it artesian water? Is it an artesian well water? It just says water. But then it says it's distributed by the Kroger Company in Cincinnati, Ohio, bottled at the source by Crystal Falls Springs. Wow. Okay. So I don't know. Then we're going to talk more about that at the end of this video when I kind of share with you sources and things like that, bottled water and all that kind of jazz. Okay. So that's going to be this water, the artesian water, over to the side here. Hopefully you can see it with the sun blasting in here. The other water I'm going to do is the Kangen water. So first I want to do is clean off the wand here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into the highly acidic water, which you'll see this rising up into the positive. We don't want to drink that. This is actually a medicine in Japan. It's considered a medicine in Japan, 2.5. It's used for antibacterial, disinfectant, first aid, wound care, odor eliminator. It even can be used for a mouthwash. Then I'm going to dip it in the strong alkaline water, which is 11.5. It's for cleaning, degreasing, washing vegetables, makeup remover, stain remover, laundry cleaner, and you can even brush your teeth with this water. So I'm just going to kind of do the wand back and forth in here and clean it off so we get a nice good reading from both of these. Okay, one more time. One more time. Now should be good. So let's go ahead and see the reading of the artesian water. Okay, so we're getting up to, wow, positive. Look at this climbing, 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 climbing. Can you see it? 550. 550, right around 550 positive. So it's very oxidizing. Even if the levels of the pH were, you know, the chemicals in this were put in to raise the pH in this water. Lots of things going on in this bottled water here, but the bottom line is 550 is super oxidizing. So now let me clean off the wand. Again, I'm going to do it in the strong acidic water and the strong alkaline water. Clean off the wand again. Make sure I'm doing the exact same thing so nobody thinks this is any kind of a trick. Okay, cleaning it off, cleaning it off. Okay, great. So now I'm going to get straight from the tap, strongest water possible, Kangen 9.5.
Kangen water 9.5.
Coming directly out of my faucet, running through this machine. Let me get a nice flow going here. And we'll go ahead and get this water. Again, this is created through electricity. Okay, so let's see what the reading is on this water. Dip that in there. Dropping down very, very quickly to the negative, negative 705, negative 730. So we're right around negative 730, if you can see that on here. Hopefully you can. Negative 730. I hope we can see that. And the thing is, you know, negative again is going to be antioxidant. So we have the artesian bottled water here, which was about a 550, I believe we said, positive, which is oxidizing. We have the Kangen water, which was at around 750 negative, which is antioxidant. So, you know, not only is testing pH important with water, but also testing, you know, whether a liquid's potential is actually oxidizing or antioxidizing. And you can see the Kangen water is highly antioxidizing. Okay, so the next test I'm going to do is actually a test on microclustering. That'll see if a liquid's potential, if the clusters of the molecule are able to penetrate the tea bag that I'm going to use. And I'm just using a little chamomile organic tea bag here that we'll do our test with. I'm going to use tap water, and then I'm going to also use regular tap water, and then I'm going to use the Kangen water. So hold on, I'm going to go ahead and get that water so you can watch me do that over here. And let's get that right now. So let's go into our sink. With the Kangen machine, we actually have the ability to change it so I can get the regular tap water from my faucet, from my source. So go ahead and get some regular tap water. I have to hold my arm, you guys. I'm working on my shoulder. Old injury from a little knock out of the bed one night. Okay, so we have some regular tap water. We'll put that over there. You saw the jug. And then I'm going to change this water. We're going to turn it to the ionization through the Kangen machine.
Kangen water 9.5.
So we're going to use the Kangen water 9.5 pH. We want it to come out at a nice flow so that the flow is actually, the water actually has the chance to go through the plates and get the most positive and negative charge. The positive charge is going to be the alkalizing side of water, and the negative charge is going to be the acidic side. We'll get more into that at another time. So here we go. I've got my little water bottle here, and I'm going to fill it up with the Kangen water. Okay, got that all set up here. Voila. Come back to our little testing ground over here, our testing area. And so we've got our Kangen water over here. So is tap water, is the molecular structure of that water able to penetrate the tea bag and actually extract the tea from the bag? So we're going to put that in here, regular tap water. Okay. And you'll see it does not make tea. And why not? Because we have to heat the water in order to change the structure of the water so it can penetrate the tea bag. Okay? Now let's try with Kangen water. So Kangen water here, you see it is starting to make the tea simply because the molecules, the molecular structure of this water is much smaller than the molecular structure of the other water here. Just hit my dishwasher, sorry. Than the regular tap water. So the molecules are smaller. And people say, oh, that's not fair. If you guys have seen demos, this tea bag was wet. And let's go ahead and put back over here and get the tea again. Get the tap water again. And you'll see that, it struggles to make the tea. Doesn't make it like it did make the other water. I'm going to show you more of that in just a second when I lift it up. And let's go back to the Kangen water. So it's not a magic show. And you can see immediately it's penetrating the bag a lot faster than the other water. So the molecular structure is also an important component to see whether or not a liquid, whether it's bottled water, tap water, the molecular structure is going to be 15 to 20 molecules. It's not able to penetrate the bag, where the molecular structure, which is changed through the electrical charge through the Kangen machine, actually restructures the water and makes it the molecules much smaller so it can penetrate the bag. And you can see here, and here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's much clearer. Okay, see in my hand, it's much more clear water as opposed to even the first dipping. You can see the tea being made. And then in the next one, a little bit in there. But the clear winner for penetrating that bag is going to be the Kangen water. So that means that when you're drinking this Kangen water, when you're drinking alkalized water, which is electrically charged, the ions or the ionization, the minerals are added during the electrical process. That means that your body is able to absorb these nutrients and the things that absorb nutrients faster into your body. So when you're drinking alkalized, ionized water directly from the machine, it's the strongest that you're going to get, and it's able to penetrate your organs, your cells, your tissues, your brain in 6 seconds, the rest of your organs, your cell, your tissue, all the way through your skin in about 10 minutes. The only water that can do that is going to be an electrolyzed, reduced, restructured water, which is done through the Kangen water. Okay, hello. Glad you watched all the little demos that I just did. I want to invite you to a Zoom meeting, Zoom. It's super easy to jump on, you guys. I was so hesitant to do Zoom, and then when I found out how flippin' easy it was to do it, I'll put instructions below or above, wherever. You're going to see it probably in the description here, and then I'll probably put it very first comment as well. That'll help out. But jump on, it's so easy. And what we're going to talk about is the arguments for bottled, tap, and filtered waters versus the alkalized, ionized water that I talked about during the video that I just did here tonight. So I encourage you to jump on. It's going to be a short a call. It's just, I just kind of want to, talk to people about, hey, what's the big hype with all this stuff? There's a lot of information out there on electrolyzed water, on bottled water, how bottled water is made, what it's costing this country and around the globe to the expense that it has, not only on, financial expense, but what it does to the ecosystem. And I mean, it's horrible. But anyway, join us on this call. I've actually got 5 really killer facts I'm going to be sharing with you about bottled water that may surprise you, may not surprise you, but I'd love to have your opinion. I'd love to have you involved. The Zoom meeting is really a cool way. You can actually have your camera on if you want, or not on. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. But your voice is important, and I'd love to hear it. So about 15 minutes I'll be talking, and then I'll jump into anybody that wants to jump on and have a conversation with us. That's going to lead into some other things that we're going to be doing. But the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to jump on this call Wednesday, what is the date? Wednesday, September 28th. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope that works for everybody. I tried other times. This one seems to be a time that works. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. But anywho, jump on the call. Look for the link. You'll see it there tomorrow. I'm going to be reminding everybody I made it public, so I can have up to 50 people. That's it. I don't care if 4 people show up. I don't care if 1 other person shows up. I think this is going to be a very informative Zoom meeting that we're not here to sell anything. We're just here to talk about, again, what I'm going to talk about are arguments for bottled, tap, and filtered water systems versus an alkalized, ionized water system, which I highly believe in. But anywho, we'll get to that. I'll see you on the call tomorrow night, September 28th, Wednesday. September 28th, right? Yep, September 28th, 9 p.m. Eastern, Zoom. Be there.